Hey, good morning and happy Friday. We made it. I know, right? Take a deep breath. Oh, this is Breakfast with Bridgett. I'm Crystal Moyer filling in while Bridgett is off. We have a lot to get to today, including a live interview with a doctor from Orlando Health about diabetes awareness. Millions of people go undiagnosed every single year. Very serious here. So, how you can reduce the risk, who needs to get tested, all the information coming up in just a moment. We've also got our Black Men Sundays host, Corey Murray, with us this morning to talk about the new podcast episode that's coming out and just checking in with them for the holidays. I know he donated a bunch of turkeys to families in need for Thanksgiving, so we're very thankful for that. And moving forward, of course, we need your help with Angel Tree, so we'll touch on that. And coming up, we've got a special tree lighting happening later on tonight. The entire morning show team, me, Bridgett, Candace, and Trooper Steve will be out there in downtown Orlando ready to flip that switch to turn on that large tree downtown near Lake Eola. So we're super excited about that. But first, I need to know how I need to dress, right? If you're bringing your family out tonight to downtown Orlando, what's the weather going to be like? So let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos to tell us how many layers we need to be packing on tonight, if any, for the weather. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. All of a sudden I sat down. I was like, I
Is
don't have my
Steve
clicker.
distracting you? Is he distracting you back there? Tell
Yes.
him to wait his turn. He needs to wait his
Wait your
turn.
turn. You better explain. So we were chit-chatting and then all of a sudden he's like, are you going to sign in? I was like, oh yeah, it's 7:30. So I go in, I log in, I sit down, and all of a sudden I go, I don't have my clicker. He's like, I'll do all your legwork for you. But he brought me my clicker. So
Oh, what a gentleman, right?
always. And we're going on a little ride later on today.
Okay.
Right?
Yes,
Right?
we'll
Yeah.
be delivering some Angel Tree goodies. But we'll talk about that later for Trooper Steve on patrol. But we need to know what the weather's going to be like because it's been a roller coaster. It's been really cold and getting a little bit warmer, but we're going to start to see a little shift, right?
There is. We have a cold front right now overhead, and that's been bringing a lot of cloud cover overnight and into early this morning. And that's actually been acting like a nice cozy winter blanket, keeping all that heat down at the surface. So right now we are running like almost 20 degrees above the temperature compared to yesterday. So within the 24-hour span, quite a difference this morning. So let's take it to the map, show you what's going on. Here are your weather headlines as we head into the afternoon. Again, that cold front making its way in. It's going to be an overall cooler day. Even though it's a mild start, it will be a cool day. Then as we head into Saturday, will be another nice day. Chilly morning, Saturday morning. And then the warming trend begins really come Sunday and into next week. By the middle part of next week, guess what? Another cold front will come through, and that will cool us down by the end of the work week. But let's talk about those temperatures right now out the door. Upper 50s, low 60s, pretty much area wide, still running well above average. Now, compared to 24 hours ago, right now we were running between about, let's see, what's the lowest there? 4 degrees in southern Brevard County, but on average, between about 15 to 20, even 23 degrees warmer this morning compared to Thursday morning. Now, we have that cold front that will bring the chance of an isolated shower or two across central Florida today. We're going to keep the cloud cover in place into the afternoon, which is why temperatures will also be a bit on the cooler side. Then that breeze shifts out of the north, clears out our skies overnight. Temperatures will dip back down into the 30s and 40s. So this little warming trend does not last long, and then we'll start warming things back up on Sunday. So your afternoon forecast looks like this: 67 degrees by 4 p.m., still running about 10 degrees below average. Excuse me. And then as we head into tonight, early tomorrow, so this is going to be more like just before sunrise on Saturday morning, we'll be in those mid-40s along the I-4 corridor, mid-50s along our coast. But look at our northwestern zones, northern Sumter, northern Lake County, inland Volusia County, and Flagler County. We'll have the potential for some frost, but some freeze warnings certainly will be possible. For that reason, we have a freeze watch that is in effect for Saturday until about 9 a.m. for central and western Marion County. So here's kind of the wider view of what's going on. So after we have this one cold front, we're going to see basically that trough, that jet stream, which has been kind of digging across the southeast, is all going to retreat back up to the north. And that's going to allow temperatures to stay well above average starting Sunday. So this is kind of that roller coaster we're talking about. So today, 66. Saturday will go up to 68. Will be a chilly start on Saturday morning, and then we'll climb all the way into the 80s come Monday and Tuesday. And there goes that next cold front next week. That will be cooling us back down into those 60s as we wrap up the next work week. And then not only are we talking about temperatures, excuse me, there we go. Not only are we talking about daytime temperatures staying above average, our overnight lows as well will be. But certainly a drastic kind of switch in those temperatures, Crystal, where we are seeing temperatures again 20 degrees warmer this morning. So for those who maybe needed like 2 or 3 layers, might not need that many this morning. But then by Monday, Tuesday, we'll all be in shorts and t-shirts and flip-flops. So
Yes.
I know a
Back
lot
to
of Central
Florida.
Floridians. Yes, exactly. So honestly, I would love it to stay 70 and sunny, low 70, like a 73 with sunny skies.
Okay, yeah.
Give me that all day, every day, and I'd be a happy camper.
You can't always get what you want.
I know, that's true. It's true.
All right, thank
But
you
no,
so
I'm
much,
excited.
Candace.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, let's flip on over to Trooper Steve. He's sitting there next to Candace out in the traffic center. And hey there, how are you?
Well, hi.
You got your vest on? Okay.
This is my relatable look. This is what I call the relatable look.
Steve changes
that's
more
what we
than
do.
Candace and I combined.
Yes, 100%. So look what I got. Hold
What do
on.
you have? Oh, cafecito. See, you guys are holding
Yeah.
out. Where is mine?
No, our supplier came through. I'm just saying.
Okay, Steve. All right, well, we got some serious news, though, out on the roadway, out of the Christmas area, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, this morning, it's the first fatal we've had this week, Crystal. So we do have a fatal crash right now in East Orange County. This is going to be off of Fort Christmas Road at Christmas Road. So it's right there in the intersection. Sky 6 was over it earlier. I was able to see a single vehicle rollover out there. Unfortunately, the driver of that vehicle was ejected and did die on the scene. So traffic homicide is now going to be investigating this crash. And you could expect that to be at least closed for maybe another 2 hours. It's going to be East Orange County. Now, that's not the only issue within maybe a 4-mile distance. This is almost a bigger issue, and it's not even a fatal crash. All lanes eastbound Colonial Drive, meaning you're going from Avalon on the east side towards Christmas, are shut down. They're using a side street to get traffic around, but this is going to be at East Colonial and Tanner for a pretty serious crash as well. So you want to make sure that you're just paying attention this morning. I-4, not horrible. However, we are seeing some slowdowns out there, especially in Seminole. I'm not sure what's up. There's no crash out there. 417 at Sanford, westbound to downtown, 24-minute drive. That's kind of high to you. That might be great. Take it. Choose positivity. 26 minutes coming in from Osceola Parkway, and that's only because these routine delays are there. Point Siena, we are seeing some slowdowns if you're coming in from Polk County off of Marigold, and then Cypress Parkway and Pleasant Hill. But all our other crashes from earlier this morning, Crystal, have cleared out.
That's some
It's
great
Friday.
news there. It is Friday.
Just want
and
people to pay attention.
later on, Candace and I will be chauffeured around for Trooper Steve on patrol. Tell us a little bit about that real quick.
Yes, it's the holiday season. We absolutely love this stuff here. So we are going to take our new 6 Angel Tree gifts from our lobby, load them together into Results One, and then drive on down to the Joy Center in downtown and drop those gifts off in preparation of Angel Tree. Everyone needs to start to get those gifts in today and Monday so that we can get these kids and those seniors those gifts. So that's happening today. I cannot wait to have you guys in the truck. Little fun. And then, of course, man, I'm spending the whole day with you guys today.
You should be more excited. You should be way more excited.
I'm always excited to have you guys around. Candace wants breakfast.
Okay.
So
Don't forget about me.
we'll see. Yeah, I won't. We'll see what kind of time we got today. So.
All right. Thanks, Trooper Steve.
I'll see you later.
Thanks. Be safe.
See ya.
We'll have a little bit more information about the tree lighting happening in downtown Orlando a little bit later, but we do want to get to some news after a doctor in Orange County was arrested accused of murdering his own wife. We're going to show you a picture here of 72-year-old Thomas Wenzel. He actually admitted to killing the woman inside the couple's Windermere home. That's according to investigators. Police say the investigation began on Monday when officers responded to the home, discovered Linda Wenzel's body there. Detectives say there were some inconsistencies with the doctor's account, his story. We're hearing that he actually left a voicemail with a relative, and that's when later on he admitted that he had killed his wife. So he was charged yesterday, and he will be seeing a judge today, and he most recently worked as a doctor of internal medicine in Ocoee. That's the sign there on the door of his practice saying that the place is closed. We did reach out to Orlando Health, and they did say that, you know, that they were working on rescheduling some of those appointments if you are a patient of his. So you can head to clickorlando.com for more information on that. And it is the holidays. I know we don't like to hear about any health issues, but of course, we want to bring up a very serious topic, and this is the topic of diabetes. You may know someone who has that or maybe dealing that with yourself. So we want to get right to Dr. Chirag Pinchel with Orlando Health to discuss how serious, this condition is, because millions of people go undiagnosed every year, right?
That's right. Millions of people every year are undiagnosed living with type 2 diabetes.
And what are some of the issues with type 2 diabetes? Like, what are some of the symptoms that people should look out for?
Sure, some early signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes would be things like increased thirst. Maybe you're drinking a lot of water. Maybe you're having to go to the bathroom a little bit more. Maybe you're feeling tired or fatigued. Maybe you're having some irritability throughout the day and are craving sugar. Those are some early warning signs that you may have type 2 diabetes. Now, it's very easy to get tested. For example, in my office, we have a machine that within 5 minutes or so, I can tell you whether or not you have type 2 diabetes.
Wow, that's incredible. And obviously, some people might look at weight as a factor or indicator of diabetes, and that might not always be the case. How do I know who needs to get tested, or, if I know a family or friend, what are some of the characteristics to get someone to go out and get tested for this?
Those early warning signs that I mentioned are your biggest telltale sign that you may need to go get tested. And I agree with your point. Weight is not directly correlated to having type 2 diabetes, although we do know that if you are heavier or carrying around a little bit more weight, there is a chance that you could have diabetes.
And so, how can we reduce the risk of being diagnosed with diabetes?
Remember, type 2 diabetes is largely a lifestyle condition, meaning that you are maybe consuming a little bit more carbohydrates and sugars and not doing enough physical activity. So you don't have to go be an Olympic athlete, but I always say 20 minutes a day, every day, you should be doing something to be intentionally active. Go on a walk, do some strength training if you have the ability to be around weights or a gym. And then try to reduce your consumption of these carbohydrates and sugars throughout the day.
And are you noticing a specific trend of, patients that come into your office wanting to get tested and ended up being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes? Is there something that we need to look out for, like a specific trend, men, women?
Yes, men are sometimes a little bit more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. And overall, I'm actually seeing younger and younger people being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which does fit national trends as well. We're picking up this kind of shift in that younger folks are getting diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And that may correlate to the, obesity epidemic that's occurring pretty much nationwide.
And some folks might be wondering, is this hereditary? If my parents or grandparents have diabetes, is that something that I might have?
Very likely. There is a genetic component, but remember, it's not 100%. So if you've got a strong family history of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, things of that nature, there is a chance that you yourself may inherit that. So go get tested.
Is there anything else you wanted to mention, especially, towards the holidays, something that we need to look out for, just kind of keep an eye on during the season?
The holidays are always tough. There's desserts, cakes, cookies, snacks.
Oh,
You go
yeah.
to holiday parties. Exactly. Maybe you're, having a cocktail or two that's sweetened. Be mindful. Enjoy the holidays, but do it in moderation, I always say. So if you're going to have a sweet treat, try to go on a walk after. We know that that can help reduce your blood sugars. If you're going to have a sweet treat or maybe a cocktail or something, try to pair it with something healthy, a glass of water, or maybe some vegetables on the side after you have that sweet little craving. Treat yourself. Don't overdo it.
I love that. It's all about moderation. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Chirag Pinchel with Orlando Health, bringing awareness to diabetes. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the tree lighting at downtown Orlando, Lake Eola, that's going to be happening tonight. And also, we're going to have a live interview with our very own photojournalist, Corey Murray, about his latest Black Men Sundays episode. Stay with us. Hey, welcome back to Breakfast with Bridgett. I'm Crystal Moyer filling in while Bridgett has the day off. It is Friday. We know what happens on Sundays, though. We are talking about Black Men Sundays. It's a podcast run by our very own photojournalist, Corey Murray. Let's bring him on in. Good
Hey,
morning.
happy Friday.
Happy
Happy Friday. How you
Friday.
doing?
Let's get some pep in your
Yeah,
step, Corey. It is Friday.
I know it's Friday. Let's go. But we're talking about a real serious topic
What's
today.
going
So
on?
on
What's going
Black Men
on?
Sundays, so on Black Men Sundays, we talk about generational wealth, finance, and business. But what happens when you have all this wealth you've accumulated over your lifetime, and then you pass away and you don't
Ooh.
have a will? You don't have an executor.
We see
So
that
what did
so
I
many
do?
times, Corey, where people don't have a will, something happens within the family, and it just leaves everybody else with a mess, right?
Exactly. So I went and spoke with the certified executor advisor, David Eady, out of Montreal, Canada. And I came out the gate and I asked him, I said, well, what if I don't really have a lot of money? Do I even have an estate? Let's roll that.
A lot of people think, well, I don't have a lot of money. Well, you shouldn't think that way because if you have any assets, you've got a bank account, you've got a car, you have some savings, you've got an estate right there, and you want to make sure that it goes to the right people. Because if you don't have a plan, the government has a plan for you, and you know how that's going to go. You know they got your best interests. So when you die without a plan, you're dying intestate. So now we've got a problem.
Mm.
Yep. Dying intestate. That's not what we want to do. And secondarily, the last thing we want to do is when we pass away, we want to leave all of our paperwork in closets and places where we can't find anything. But the next question that I had to ask him was, who should we make as our executor? Let's roll that.
You really don't know about somebody until you have to share an inheritance with them. And people change. And you need to make sure that if you choose somebody, is that somebody that you know that's going to be honest, somebody that's going to be trustworthy, and somebody's going to have to put up with the nonsense of the beneficiaries because all families are messy. And when there's an estate involved and there's money, it gets even messier. And you find out some of the people when I was in court, I know my parents are spinning in their graves that their children were in court and we're having two lawyers and a judge decide the fate of their assets and assets that we ended up not owning in the end.
Mm. Yeah, Corey. And
Yeah.
I think this is an important conversation because so many times we see that unexpectedly something will happen and then their loved ones are caught off guard. They don't know where any documentation is, and it could be a burden, to a lot of people. So, of course, that's not something we would want to do to our family members if something unexpectedly were to happen. But there's so many easy ways to start a will or to get this information on how to do it online, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's why we had to have this conversation because a lot of people wait too late. You have family members that just don't feel comfortable having, those conversations about, okay, if I die, you're going to get this amount, you're going to get that amount. So what ends up happening is, you know, in addition to mourning, now you're dealing with financial issues. And, as David Eady said, it can get really messy in the family. So that's what we're talking about on Black Men Sundays. We're talking about who you should select as your executor, keeping the peace in the family as far as your inheritance goes. Also, we also talk about taking care of your online items. If because I've seen where someone passes away and their Facebook page, Instagram is still running.
Hmm.
So we also discussed that on this show, and I made this a part one and a part two. So part
Oh,
one
great.
released last week, but this is part two coming out this week. So
And where could we
because,
find your
like I said,
podcast, Corey?
that's right. You can find us on clickorlando.com / Black Men Sundays. You see it on your screen. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. And everywhere that you listen to a podcast, check us out. Because these are the conversations that we don't discuss. And the thing about it is, on Black Men Sundays, we're so financially heavy on the money, but okay, someone passes away. I've saved all this money. I didn't expect to die. Now I don't have a will. Now I don't have anything in place. Now you're gonna have some family problems. So
Yeah,
that's why I felt like this.
it's all about setting up your family
It,
for success, you know.
exactly. Yeah. Even when you're gone, because that's the main thing. Because I've seen so many families have like fallouts
Mhm.
over the inheritance, over the
Mhm.
percentages. Oh, I should get more. I'm older than you. I should get more money than you. Like I've seen all that. So
A lot of
I
family
don't want to
drama.
be. That's right. So there we
Yeah.
go. Black Men Sundays. This Sunday drops at midnight, all platforms.
All right. Thank you so much, Corey. Take care. I'll see you at work.
See ya.
All right, on to something a little bit more positive. We're going to talk a little bit about the downtown Orlando tree lighting. Of course, this is something exciting. A lot of families come out for every year as a tradition. Of course, the entire family morning show team, me, Bridget, Candace, Trooper Steve will be out there to flip that switch and turn on that light. But our News 6's Mark Lehman got to check out that tree, get a little behind the scenes look at how it all happens.
We're just hours away from Orlando ringing in the holiday season at Lake Eola Park.
Yeah, Orlando! Merry Christmas!
But before these lights twinkle, a lot of work went into the city's 64-foot Christmas tree.
When did construction on all of this begin?
So we started on November 15th, and it takes about 5 to 7 days.
Connor Graham is the owner of We Hang Christmas Lights Orlando. His team strung up 35,000 of them on the tree alone for a show to put everyone in a festive spirit.
We're talking about things are like in sync, go to the music, right?
Yep, so the tree's gonna dance as the beats of the music go. It's really fun. Everybody, really enjoys it.
And for the first time, we're going inside the tree for a look at how the holiday magic happens.
Most people who watch the show outside, they see the Christmas tree, they have no idea what's going on in here.
That's right. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of wires.
Those wires run power all the way to the top. The light strips are then connected to Ethernet panels so the entire show can be run through a single laptop.
This is kind of like a television set at home. Is somebody watching a show?
It's close to that, yeah. A TV just has a lot of these a little bit closer, and this is, as close to getting to having basically like a TV board out here.
That was News 6's Mark Lehman. If you haven't been to the Lake Eola area downtown, they have so many lights, so many picture opportunities. You kind of walk around and there's so many different light displays. That's just incredible. So check it out. You can come out tonight. Coverage starts at 5:30 on News 6 and clickorlando.com. We'll be lighting the tree and starting that presentation around 6 p.m. Of course, there's going to be a lot of music, a lot of performances. The mayor will be out there, so we hope to see you and your family to help us kick off that tree lighting celebration in the holiday season. There'll be a bunch of vendors out there as well if you want to do some Christmas shopping or, support local businesses or some of the restaurants nearby. So it's always a great time, and we'll be so happy to see you and take a quick photo. All right, so let's talk about some giveaways, because if you're still looking for that perfect Christmas gift, we have you covered. We've been doing 6 days of giveaways. A lot of you folks reaching out to me about how much you love it. Today's gift, drum roll please, is the iRobot Roomba vacuum. And let me tell you, if you've got pets, this is the gift for you. You can gift it to somebody or maybe gift it to yourself if you win. You can enter as many times as you want at clickorlando.com/insider. We'll be picking a winner. And all you have to do is just sign up to be a News 6 Insider. It is free. We also have another giveaway going on that just started yesterday. I don't know if you've ever been to the Central Florida Zoo and Botanical Gardens Asian Lantern Festival. It's just breathtaking. It is breathtaking to see those light up, life-size, larger-than-life lanterns that light up at night. And, of course, you get to go into the zoo after hours. That's pretty cool. Just head to clickorlando.com/insider to enter to win one of 2 family 4-pack of tickets to head out there. It's a great family activity. And, of course, they will be having that festival through mid-January, so you don't have to use that before Christmas. It could be like an after Christmas activity, which is really cool. Again, it's free to be a News 6 Insider. I hope to see you at clickorlando.com/insider. That's all we have for today on Friday. Breakfast with Bridgett. I'm Crystal Moyer. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to tune in around 10 o'clock for Trooper Steve on patrol, where we will be delivering some of those angel tree gifts to the Joy Center. And it's a reminder for you folks, if you're one of those who graciously adopted an angel from one of the trees, or maybe did it online, don't forget to return those gifts. I know a lot of you might forget, or you put the little thing on your dash or in your car somewhere. Just make sure you get those delivered back to one of those drop-off locations. Have a good one.